am Chinmayi. Welcome you all to my channel Chinmayi's Physcos. In the last topic of magnetostatics, we were discussing about the magnetic force, Lorentz magnetic force. So we will further proceed that discussion. We have got if M is equals to Q B B sin theta. Correct? This one is the Lorentz magnetic force equation. So when we are putting theta equals to 90 degree, that means when a charged particle is moving with a velocity v but in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic field B. In this condition, we get Fm is equals to QVB. That is the maximum force acting on the charged particle. But experiments reveal that due to this force, the path of the charged particle inside the magnetic field becomes circular. We know that the necessary condition for the circular motion is the centripetal force. We can say that here the magnetic force provides the necessary centripetal force to the charged particle so that it can be moved in a circular path. In a mathematical way, I can write it as mv square divided by r is equals to this amount qvb. This is the expression for the centripetal force of a body moving in a circular path with a radius r. So here what is r? R is equals to mv square divided by qvb, which is equals to mv divided by qb. So I have got the expression for radius of the circular path, r is equals to mv by qb, or I can say r is directly proportional to mv. What is mv? The momentum of the particle. Okay. Now we will go to what is the period of revolution of the particle. That means what is its time period? Time period क्या होता है? Time period is the time taken by a particle to complete one revolution. We know that time period t will be equals to the distance covered divided by the velocity. So what is the distance covered for a particle when it is moving in a circular path? So that is equals to 2 pi r, and here we are taking the velocity as v. So that is equals to 2 pi by v, and we have the expression for the radius, that is mv by qb. So now I am having 2 pi m divided by qb. This is the expression for the time period. And then what is the frequency? Frequency is equals to 1 by time period. और फ्रीक्वेंसी को हम लोग लिखेंगे सपोज f इक्वल्स टू 1 बाय टाइम पीरियड, दैट इज इक्वल्स टू qb by 2 pi m. As the particle is moving in a circular path, we can also find the angular frequency. So what will be the angular frequency? Angular frequency omega is equals to 2 pi f. तो इसमें 2 pi मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो 2 pi cancels out, so that will be equals to qb by m. This is the angular frequency. See, in the expression for time and frequency, we are not getting the terms of velocity and the radius of the circular path. That means time period and frequency, they are independent of velocity of the charged particle and radius of the circular path to increase so as to keep the time period and frequency constant. This frequency is known as gyro frequency. Gyration मतलब circulate करना, rotate करना. So this frequency is known as gyro frequency or cyclotron frequency. Because with this frequency, charged particle gets rotated inside a cyclotron, which we will discuss in a new video. Till now, we have discussed about what will be the path of the particle when the velocity is 0, when it is projected at an angle of 0 degree inside the magnetic field, or 90 degree or 180 degree, everything. But what happens when a charged particle has been projected inside a magnetic field with any arbitrary angle other than this 0 degree, 90 degree and 180 degree? Then what will happen? So let us say a charged particle is projected inside a magnetic field with a velocity v which makes an angle theta with the magnetic field v vector. So here again we can resolve the velocity vector into two rectangular components, v cos theta and v sin theta. See, this v cos theta is a parallel component or the horizontal component. It is parallel with the magnetic field B. So being parallel, it remains unaffected and the charged particle will continue to move along the direction of the magnetic field with the velocity v cos theta. But this component v sin theta, it is being perpendicular to the magnetic field, will make the charged particle to move in a circular path. The circular motion which is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, and another is the linear motion with constant velocity v cos theta along the direction of the magnetic field. As a result of these two type of motions, we will get a path like this. This is known as a helix. So in this particular case, the particle will move in a helical path. This is known as a helix, or the path is called helical path. Now, what will be the radius of this circle? What will be the radius of this circle? R will be equals to, we have the expression mv by qb, but here the circular path gained by the charged particle is due to v perpendicular. So here I am writing mv perpendicular by qb. So that will be equals to mv sin theta divided by qb. This will be the radius of this circle. Then what will be its time period? That means what is the time taken for one complete revolution? Here t is equals to, the path is 2 pi r, or the distance covered is 2 pi r divided by the velocity. What is the velocity? Velocity is v sin theta. So that is equals to 2 pi divided by v sin theta with r equals to mv sin theta divided by qb. So here I am getting 2 pi m by qb. This is same as the previous expression. Time period remains constant. Because time period is independent of velocity and radius, we have already discussed about it. Next, we will find out what is the pitch of that helix. This one is the helical path. If a particle is projected in by an angle theta, any arbitrary angle other than 0, 90 and 180, then the path of the charged particle will be a helix. So, this one is known as a helix. So what is the pitch of the helix? pitch का मतलब क्या होता है? pitch है in one complete rotation or in one complete revolution, the distance covered by the charged particle parallel to the magnetic field. एक complete revolution में वो charged particle मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के डायरेक्शन में कितना डिस्टेंस कवर करता है उससे हम लोग बोलते हैं पिच. सो सपोज ये पहला वाला रोटेशन और ये हो गया हमारा यहाँ पे दूसरा वाला रोटेशन. सो दिस इज द पैरेलल डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड. दिस अमाउंट इज नोन एज द पिच ऑफ द हेलिक्स. सो दिस इज द डिस्टेंस. सो डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल्स टू वेलोसिटी इनटू टाइम. ये जो हॉरिजॉन्टल मोशन हो रहा है वो किसकी वजह से हो रहा है? ड्यू टू v cos theta. So v cos theta multiplied with the time period t. Then what is the pitch? P is equals to v cos theta multiplied with 2 pi m divided by qb. That implies that P is equals to 2 pi mv cos theta divided by qb. particle inside a magnetic field is utilized in focusing the electron beam in a CRT. What is CRT? CRT is cathode ray tube, and in electron microscope also. Now an important point, जब हम लोग कॉपी में लिखेंगे या बोर्ड पे मैं दिखाऊंगी आप लोगों को, तो जब भी हम लोग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड को दिखाएंगे being a vector quantity, it will have some direction. So for showing a perpendicular magnetic field, it may have two directions, either into the plane of the paper or outwards the plane of the paper. So जब हम लोग दिखाएंगे कि मैग्नेटिक फील्ड पेपर से बाहर आ रहा है, कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन ऑफ द पेपर और परपेंडिकुलरली आउटवर्ड्स, देन हम लोग उसे दिखाएंगे ऐसे एक डॉट करके. और अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन जो है वो परपेंडिकुलरली इनवर्ड है टू द प्लेन ऑफ द पेपर, तो हम लोग उसे ऐसे क्रॉस को एनसर्कल करके दिखाएंगे. ये आपको याद रखना है, हम लोग डेरिवेशंस में इसे यूज करेंगे. ओके, एंड देयर कम्स अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. ये तो हमें पता चल गया कि अगर चार्ज पार्टिकल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में मूव करेगा विद सम वेलोसिटी, then it will experience some amount of force. We are telling it as magnetic force. But the important point is that the work done by that magnetic force on the charged particle is zero. Or we can say that if work done is equals to zero, we can also say that the kinetic energy of the charged particle which is moving inside the magnetic field with a velocity v is always constant. We can prove it mathematically. I am showing you the proof right now. Let us consider a charge q which is moving with velocity v vector inside a magnetic field b vector. So obviously the charged particle will experience some force. That force is given as F vector is equals to q into v vector क्रॉस b वेक्टर. और हम लोग यहाँ पे ये बोल सकते हैं कि डायरेक्शन ऑफ f वेक्टर इज परपेंडिकुलर टू डायरेक्शन ऑफ v वेक्टर. कैसे? v क्रॉस b हैज द डायरेक्शन परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन कंटेनिंग v एंड b. v क्रॉस b का डायरेक्शन क्या होता है? जिस प्लेन में v वेक्टर और b वेक्टर होते हैं उसी प्लेन को वो परपेंडिकुलर होता है v क्रॉस b का डायरेक्शन. तो यहाँ पे v क्रॉस b का डायरेक्शन जो है f का डायरेक्शन भी वही है, तो इसका मतलब f वेक्टर इज परपेंडिकुलर टू v वेक्टर. सो वी कैन राइट इट एज f वेक्टर डॉट v वेक्टर इज इक्वल्स टू 0. आई कैन से दो परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर्स के बीच अगर हम लोग डॉट प्रोडक्ट लेंगे तो उसका वैल्यू 0 आएगा. कैसे आएगा? f vector dot b vector will be equals to magnitude of f multiplied with magnitude of v and then cosine of the angle between them which is 90 degree and cos 90 का वैल्यू होता है 0. So f vector dot b vector I have got it 0. Now from Newton's second law we know that f vector is equals to m a vector, or I can write it as f vector is equals to m multiplied with d v vector by dt. This is my expression 1 and this one is my expression 2. Now using expression 2 in equation 1, m dv vector by dt dot v vector is equals to 0. So let me divide it by 2 and multiply it by 2 again. 2 dv vector by dt dot v vector is equals to 0, or I can write down it as m by 2 multiplied with dv vector by dt dot v vector plus v vector dot dv vector by dt. How? We know that dot product is commutative, so I can write it as this. That implies that m by 2, ये देखो तो क्या हो गया, ये हो गया, d by dt of v vector dot v vector. डेरिवेटिव में पढ़ा होगा चेन रूल में. So that implies that m by 2 with d by dt of v square is equals to 0. So that implies that d by dt of, ये तो कांस्टेंट है, मैं इसे अंदर भी ले सकती हूँ. So half mv square is equals to 0. What is half mv square? ये तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी है ना. So that implies that I can write down half mv square is a constant quantity because its derivative is 0. half mv square क्या है? काइनेटिक एनर्जी is equals to constant. यही तो हमें प्रूव करना था कि अगर मैग्नेटिक फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है कुछ एक चार्ज पार्टिकल के ऊपर जो मूव कर रहा है v वेलोसिटी में विद इन द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, then its kinetic energy will always remain constant. And from work energy theorem, we know that work done W is equals to change in kinetic energy. But here kinetic energy is constant. So what is the change in kinetic energy? That is 0. So W is equals to 0 here. That means work done is 0. Hence proved. एक अभी नया चीज सीखेंगे. That is a Lorentz force. So what is Lorentz force? When a charged particle moves in a region where both electric field and the magnetic field exists, then the force experienced by the charged particle due to both these fields is known as Lorentz force. Suppose हम लोग लेते हैं एक charged particle है Q. So when it moves in a region where electric field is there and also magnetic field is there, so it will experience two types of forces. One is the electric force and other one is the magnetic force. हम लोग एक एक करके देखेंगे. तो पहला one, the electric force on the charged particle क्या होगा? F E vector, suppose मैं इसे लिख रही हूँ, that will be equals to Q E vector. देखिए इसमें वेलोसिटी नहीं है तो इसे मैं लिख सकती हूँ वेलोसिटी इंडिपेंडेंट. Then what is the magnetic force? Magnetic force क्या होगा? अगर मैं ले रही हूँ Fm सपोज, तो मैं लिख सकती हूँ इसे Q इंटू वी वेक्टर क्रॉस वी वेक्टर, अभी हमने पढ़ा था. सो इसमें वेलोसिटी है तो ये क्या हो गया? ये है वेलोसिटी डिपेंडेंट. ओके. देन द टोटल फोर्स acting on the charged particle will be F vector will be equals to F E vector plus F M vector. So that is equals to Q E vector plus Q into V vector cross B vector. So we are getting F vector is equals to Q multiplied with E vector plus B vector cross B vector. This equation is known as Lorentz force equation. अभी हमने देखा, इसके पहले हमने किया था कि जो वर्क डन होता है ड्यू टू दिस मैग्नेटिक फोर्स ऑन ए चार्ज्ड पार्टिकल दैट इज इक्वल्स टू 0. अभी हम दिखाएंगे अगर हम लोग टोटल ये लॉरेंज फोर्स लेंगे जिसमें इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स भी है और मैग्नेटिक फोर्स भी है, हम लोग अभी कैलकुलेट करके दिखाएंगे कि द रेट ऑफ वर्क डन ड्यू टू दिस लॉरेंज फोर्स ऑन ए चार्ज्ड पार्टिकल इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फोर्स और ओनली डिपेंड्स ऑन इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स. आई कैन से द लॉरेंज फोर्स इज गिवन बाय F vector is equals to Q into E vector plus V vector cross B vector. Suppose the particle which is moving inside the magnetic field gets displaced through an amount dl vector in time interval dt. So I can write it as the velocity of the particle is v vector equals to dl vector by dt, or I can write dl vector is equals to v vector into dt. सपोज ये वाला जो इक्वेशन था इक्वेशन 1 है, ये हमारा इक्वेशन 2 है. हमको क्या निकालना है? द रेट ऑफ वर्क डन. तो पहले हम लोग निकालते हैं व्हाट इज द वर्क डन. सो द वर्क डन विल बी dw equals to f vector dot dl vector. Okay, so here I am writing the expression q into e vector plus v vector cross b vector dot dl vector. Now I can write q into e vector plus v vector cross b vector with v vector into dt. अभी मैं बोथ साइड को टाइम इंटरवल में डिवाइड करती हूँ, तो मुझे मिलेगा dw by dt will be equals to q into e vector plus v vector cross b vector dot v vector. अभी हम लोग ये टर्म को सेपरेट करके लिखेंगे. होंगे अभी that implies that dw by dt is equals to q into e vector dot b vector plus q into v vector cross b vector dot v vector. अभी पिछले वाले डेरिवेशन में हमने ये डिस्कस किया था कि v क्रॉस b का जो डायरेक्शन होगा वो v को परपेंडिकुलर होगा, और परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर्स के लिए डॉट प्रोडक्ट क्या होता है? 0 होता है. तो ये वाला टर्म हमारा 0 हो जाएगा. दैट इम्प्लाइज दैट dw by dt is equals to q e vector dot b vector only plus 0, क्योंकि v vector cross b vector is perpendicular to b vector. ओके, तो अभी ये जो q e vector है ये क्या है? इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स ही तो है. तो हम लोग लिख सकते हैं dw by dt is equals to f e vector dot b vector. So rate of work done is independent of the magnetic force, or we can say it is only dependent on the electric force. So viewers, we will meet in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay happy and may God bless all. Thank you. और मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब करना